Okay guys, so we're gonna start by putting some hot Cheetos to the side. This is what's gonna go inside your burrito. This is optional, you don't have to do this. You can just skip this step. So now we're gonna start smashing the hot Cheetos till they turn into little crumbs. I had already started off camera. I kind of forgot to record. It's hard to record and cook at the same time, but your girl got it. Now we are going to keep smashing with this bean smasher. You can use a cup or a blender, but I decided to use the bean smasher. I'm not gonna lie, my hands started hurting and cramping towards the end, but it was okay, nothing major, and it was so worth it. So we are just going to keep smashing and smashing and smashing until the crumbs turn out the way you want to. You can leave bigger crumbs or do it into tiny crumbs. It's what you decide. Now this is how it should end up turning out to look like little tiny crumbs. This is exactly what I was going for. Okay guys, so I already put 1 pound of beef meat inside a hot pan. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to add our seasoning. I am not sure what this is called, but it's bouillon de res, something like that. I will leave everything, the brands and the name of the seasonings, down in the description below, so I apologize if I say wrong. The real container looks like this, but with a different meat brand. It is in a Parmesan cheese container, so don't judge me. Now we are going to add the lemon pepper seasoning. It was getting clogged, so I just opened up the top and just ended up pouring it, which was way easier. Now we are going to add the garlic salt. I do not measure my seasoning, so I let tintean, just wing it. Just make sure you don't put too much salt, 'cause, you don't want to eat salty meat. And then we are going to add pepper. And then we are going to mix our meat. Make sure you mix it very well so that all the meat can absorb all that seasoning, so it can be nice, delicious, and juicy. You gotta give it that flavor, work that meat, girl, and just keep blending and blending. Whip it. You know how that is. Get into it. Okay, now that the meat is ready, I put it to the side and let the grease drip out. So I kind of tinted the pan a little bit. Now I am warming up the tortillas in the comal. I do this because I do not like cold tortillas or in the microwave. I like them to warm up in the comal, and not so it's hard. I want it to be like cooked but still soft, so I can be able to roll the burrito. And I just throw it inside the container. Okay, so now you're gonna need 1 can of nacho cheese. You can use any brand you like, but in my case I am going to use this one. You can also use the cheese dip for the chips from the stores. I think it's Tostitos brand. I don't see no difference, but I'm gonna use this one. You also need a small saucepan to warm up the cheese. It should look like this. After you're done warming it up, I like to dump jalapeno juice in it, because I do not like the jalapeno itself, but I do love the flavor of the jalapeno sauce. And now we are going to mix it, whipping that cheese, and then it should look like this. Okay, now you're gonna need 3 eggs and a bowl. Make sure that when you crack the eggs, no shells falls in. If it does, just dump it out. Do 2 or 3 at a time. You don't want to do too much, because if you're gonna have a lot left over, and we don't want that. La comida no se echa a perder. So it should end up looking like this. Keep mixing it until it looks good to you, a tu gusto. When it looks bright as yellow like this, you know it's ready. Keep working that egg, work through it, you know, like if you're making some bomb ass scrambled egg. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the ingredients. You're gonna need some flour tortillas. Usually they use the big flour tortillas, but I don't have any right now, so this is what I'm gonna work with. And now we're gonna move on to the cheese. You can use any brand and any kind of cheese you like, but this is our favorite. And then we're gonna need lettuce, and make sure you chop it up. Then we're moving on to the sour cream. This is the brand I use. Like I said, you can use any brand you like or you prefer. This is what I prefer. It's thick, so I went ahead and put these in containers so it can be way easier. Now we are going to get a warm tortilla and add the meat. If you're using the big flour tortillas, you can add as much as you want. Since I'm using the regular size, I'm making sure I'm not putting too much and I'm not putting too little, because I still want to taste the meat. Now we are adding the Hot Cheetos onto it. You don't have to do this step like I said, but I love me some Hot Cheetos, so I'm being extra. After this, we are adding the cheese. I am trying to overload these chips with this cheese. Look how bomb it looks. That steam coming right out of that cheese. So bomb. Now we are adding the lettuce. Adding it onto there. Trying to make it look somewhat cute. I don't know for what, but yeah. Now we're adding on the cheese. Just sprinkle that cheese in there. And then I went ahead and added a little bit more of lettuce, because I'm a big lettuce fan. And then we are moving on to the sour cream. Sorry for the water that came out, squirted out, but it is what it is. Now we are going to go ahead and roll the burrito. Like I said, if you use the big flour tortillas, you don't have to worry about struggling with this part, but since I use the regular size, I am struggling a little bit, but I made it work. Alright, yo girl, made it work. You can make anything possible. So you just fold the tortilla. The sour cream should be making the tortilla stick on. That's why I love the sour cream, because it's thick. And then you just tuck in the sides with the finger, just like that. Just tucking it all in, making sure everything stays in place. Well, somewhat in place, but it's alright, you know. We'll make it work. Now we are going to move on to the next burrito. We are going to get another warm flour tortilla from the container, and then repeat the same steps. Okay, now that our burritos are done, you just want to double check everything is where it's supposed to be. Everything is in place. Then we are going to dump the burrito inside the scrambled eggs. Make sure you soak it with the eggs. And then you're going to dump it back in the hot Cheeto crumbs. Make sure you cover up as much as you can from the hot Cheeto crumbs. Just keep piling those hot Cheetos on there. It should look like this. Then you dump it back on the scrambled eggs. and then dump it back again onto the hot Cheeto crumbs and just keep rolling it in there. Just keep rolling, and then place it back onto the plate. Then get the other burrito, repeat the same steps and then just keep on covering up the burrito. Dump it back again on the scrambled eggs and roll it up in the hot Cheeto crumbs again. Just keep rolling it, covering it, put it back onto the plate. Your hands are gonna get messy, so just go wash your hands with soap and water if you like. Excuse that brisk in that fish tank. Okay, so I had put the oil inside the pan and left it on the stove heating for a few minutes now, and as you can see it's bubbling, so that means it's ready. Now you can place the burritos inside the oil to start frying them, and it should look like this. You see those bubbles? How you like them bubbles? Look at them. This is the final results. They look fire, they smell fire, and they taste fire. So if you're a hot Cheeto lover, 100% recommend this. You need to try this. Okay, well guys, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and click the bell notification button so you can get notified every time I post a new video. Hey, I'm sounding like a YouTuber. Okay. No, but for real guys, you need to try this.